Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Podcast. Tonight, what number is this shit? I think this is episode 7 now?
Yes, I believe this is episode 7.
Cool, and we're doing season 2 of Big O.
Second half. It's going to be hard to kind of differentiate.
Season 2.
For all you guys that are wanting a little bit of reference for that, it is episode 13 is the last episode of the first season, so from 14 on is the second season.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm one of your hosts, Shiny095.
And I am Sashasstreams.
And we are taking on the mecha anime, Big O, like we just said, season 2, part 2, whatever the hell you want to say.
Yeah, our second coverage of the unfortunate end of Big O.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, there really hasn't been any kind of media for Big O since, really. Like, it's kind of sad. You can't, there's not any kind of fresh content, kind of like K. It's a special kind of hurt.
You will not let K down, will you?
No, because it's a real good anime, and I will always pump that anime up as much as I can. It's so good. Go watch it if you haven't.
Well, so for episode 13, it goes and starts on what? I don't remember the name of the episode, but
14 carries off. From
I thought it was 13
left off, right in the middle of a fight with some foreign megadeus, like 3 of them, and this is kind of the first sign, like the first big sign at least, where it's like, oh, this is not going to be normal. This is not going to be just like some kind of linear normal story. Because shit in that episode goes weird. Like, half of it doesn't make sense, and a lot of it is symbolism, which is kind of a common theme throughout this, but I'm not particularly opposed to it.
Fuck, is this the episode with Roger having his whole breakdown, or no?
Yeah, where he's like back in the quote unquote past.
Yeah.
I don't know if we went over this last time, but I really appreciate the casting of Steve Blum in this role.
God, yes.
It's so good, but I keep expecting like Spike Spiegel lines. I will say that. And not to mention, with the way that Dawson is designed,
more like a jet.
Yeah, he looks like fucking jet.
Yeah.
So I keep expecting that gruff, like, grizzled fucking, accent, but it's almost there.
Well, then I isn't the voice of Angel Faye?
Actually, give me 2 seconds.
Podcast
Wendy
Googling.
Lee. So who is it for?
She's the voice of Detective Conan.
Oh my god! Holy shit! And yeah, you're right. It was Wendy Lee.
Hey.
Holy shit, good to hear.
Fuck, she's done a lot.
I didn't even realize she was doing fucking Detective Conan. Holy shit.
She's also Bulma.
Oh, didn't she just pass recently? Or am I misremembering?
I think that's the Japanese voice.
Oh, that's right.
She was also the voice of Lisa.
Fucking hell, man. I learn new things every day. I'm glad we brought it up. Because this is actually a really good cast of voice actors, especially for the time. Because as far as I understand,
so many big name animes.
Honestly, this anime really does well for its voice cast. And I mean, even with like, I think the relatively low budget that they were given, because I'm fairly sure that they were not given a very, big budget to port that all over.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you never really notice any kind of like quality drop off or anything. It's consistent really all the way through. Definitely appreciative of such consistency from one season to another, because not all animes put that kind of thing forward.
No, that's totally fair, yeah.
There's a couple ones I think even that we've watched where it's like the second season just huge fucking dip in quality.
Holy shit, she's the voice of TK from Digimon Adventures as well.
Holy shit. What?
She's the voice of Alpha from Power Rangers.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
What?
Huh.
Well, okay, Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, she's the voice of Alpha. She was voice of Bulma from Dragon Ball. Holy shit. Okay, I'm sorry, I just nerded out big time.
No, understandable. Like, it's fucking DidCon. Fucking hell, yeah. What else?
She
Holy
has
hell.
an extensive lineup.
She's a very well-versed voice actress. Fair enough. Beyblade Burst.
Okay, well, she lost points there.
Hey, maybe Burst Turbo is better than the one we watched.
Metal.
It wouldn't be a very high bar to pass.
No.
But anyways, back to the actual anime that we're covering.
Back to Big O.
Honestly, I don't know what your feelings are, but I think the second season was just about as good, if not maybe even better than the first.
It definitely hit on more of the like problems of the city, like of the whole memory scape.
Yeah.
Or the lack of memory. It definitely was a bigger part throughout the whole second half.
The
first half was more about the fights and everything, I felt like.
Yeah, they just kind of wanted to show off a cool, big, punchy robot fight anime.
There was still like stuff about memories throughout the first half, but like you were just saying, a lot of it came together to kind of bring about the end.
Yeah, and I mean it's an easily enough followable like line of logic once you've seen it, like where all of this leads, and one consequence from another.
Mm-hmm.
It's consistent in its storytelling, and I appreciate that. It may be a little bit wacky in its storytelling from time to time, and a little incomprehensible at times, i.e. the last episode, which we're not going to be covering here, for the pure fact that it is very, very subjective what you get out of that episode. Like, it's not something super concrete. It's something that you should absolutely see and experience.
Although, if you want, we can have a whole discussion about it over on the Reddit or in our Discord if you want.
Oh yeah, these are also good topic discussion places. Yeah, and it wouldn't be bad because, man, if anybody else has any fucking good ideas about all this shit, let me know. Jesus. I'm going on like my third watch of that final episode now, and I'm still kind of rattling shit around. But honestly,
It-
most of the fights are a little more utilitarian than in the first season.
Mhm.
They're not quite as much about the spectacle of the fight as much as they are about like their significance in the story, I guess would be a good way to explain that. Because I mean, in the first season, it's just a bunch of punchy robot fights. There's really not much reason. It's just villain of the week almost.
Yeah, extremely, yes.
But in that second season, it feels like they've gotten more into their chops and they're trying to tell a specific story, which I appreciate. And I also like how he lit Beck and those dumb idiots the fuck up for like the third time.
Bro, I just hate that Beck just keeps on coming back.
It's so bad. Dude, he fucking... I love like the Japanese mech that they had put together. Oh, sorry. And then he's doing all this stupid kata bullshit with it, and then fucking Roger just blows him away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just almost disinterested. Fucking lights him up. Oh man.
He truly is just like a pointless character. And everyone just like hypes him up as like being this genius. And
yeah, this
like,
fucking
bro,
genius.
stop. Don't give him hope. Don't give him hope.
This genius mastermind criminal. It's like, this dude's a fucking goon.
This dude's a straight dumbass. What do you mean?
This man's trying to hold a fork out the goddamn window so he can short out the... Oh, Jesus. So he can short out the fucking power supply.
God. So he can attempt an escape. Oh my god, that's so dumb.
And he has an afro for that entire episode because...
Yes.
Oh, God. It's fucking ridiculous. And honestly, it was a little funny. I will admit that. The third time was a little funny. After that, it's just kind of... come on.
Just after that, you're just like, is it over yet?
Yeah, can we not have a fucking Beck episode every other episode, please?
Yes.
Like, fuck, I'll take Alan over that shit. And
Speaking of Alan,
I very much dislike Alan as character.
Yes. I was not fond of him. And I wasn't fond of the agents either. Like, the quote-unquote mother.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not even really fleshed out very well. Most of the characters aren't really. But I feel him in specific is just such a fucking, like... Nothing makes sense with him, with his character motivation. You never get why he does the shit that he does.
Yeah.
And you never get, fully exactly what he is, I don't think.
Well, he does specify that he threw away his human body, basically. Because whenever he's combined with Big Duo
Inferno.
Yeah. He says that...
Huh?
He does refer to himself as being that's thrown away his human body.
Which, I mean...
So I'm assuming...
That can kind of also be super fucking
vague.
Subjective and vague, yeah. And I feel like that may be a purposeful thing of the translation or the localization. Like the fucking tomatoes.
Yes.
I did get a little tired of the talk of tomatoes. Like, I get the analogy you're going for. Can we please move past the analogy and start referring to it normally, please?
So, this isn't in the last episode, but how did you feel about the whole Roger clones thing?
That was fucking weird and out of left field, man.
I still don't understand. Is he supposed to be real, like human, or is he
think so.
a robot?
I doubtful. Because, I mean, we've seen him get shot and bleed before.
True. But it's just so confusing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay, but also with the shit with Dorothy, too, it's... there's a bit that don't make very much sense.
Oh, and the whole love thing between him and Dorothy, I don't understand how she's getting more, I guess, human emotion-esque, like, when she's very much aware that she is android.
Well, I mean, this is kind of spoilers, but spoiler tag, skip ahead like a minute or two, if you want, but apparently it's implied that she actually has the straight brain of the original Dorothy. So, as far as I understand, I may be, off base on this, but...
Okay, that would make sense, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that she actually has a brain, like her straight-up brain inside there, which, I mean, you can kind of understand being a little emotionally closed off and robotic after going through the traumatic process of having your brain literally excavated from your body.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and even not even just that. Like, you see a bunch of other androids in the city that display, like, more robust emotions. So it's clearly possible.
The pianist and then the detective one, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, by logical extension, you can kind of infer that, like, they can at least learn such, because, I mean, she's also learning how to play the piano with some modicum of, like, not just efficiency, but, feeling, heart in the playing. So, if they're capable of that, surely she's also capable of some kind of emotional attachment, especially after so long. And I mean, we've seen her progression of, being a little bit more standoffish and maybe even, like, foul-mannered, but it gets a little bit more endearing and affectionate towards the end. Slightly.
Okay, so then now the next question is, what did you think about her lying?
Oh, it's a line Norman?
Yes.
And how distressed she got about it?
Yes.
It's interesting. I mean, there wasn't really much reason to do it, and I feel like she was just doing such out of maybe habit, or maybe not even just habit, or like, because how earlier on he was like, you're just picking up on things that we do and imitating them.
Mm-hmm.
It may have just been something more akin to that, or, I mean, she's known that Angel had a very secretive nature all along anyways, so it may have just been, solidarity of, she probably didn't want anybody else to know that she was here, so... Because,
okay,
I mean...
fair enough.
There's only so much you can infer from a blank, android face in that scene, but it at least seems like she understands what's going on with her and empathizes to some degree.
All right, I gotcha. Yeah, perfect. Let's see. Okay,
honestly,
so
new Big Duo looks dumb.
You mean the Big Duo after Big Duo has been destroyed and then rebuilt?
Yeah, Big Duo Inferno. Or whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm gonna have to look up the differences. I don't remember seeing much difference.
There really isn't much. It's just fucking, like, got flames and shit on the side.
Okay, so Alex's obsession with Big Foul.
Like he's got the fucking toy that he's playing with at the dinner table.
Like,
I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck is this?
He invites Roger over and he's just like, here, let me show you my new toy. Hey, hey. It's like, at that point, I'm just like, dude, Roger, beat this bitch, please.
Beat his shit. Work that hoe.
You don't need to deal with this, man.
Oh, man. And then Alan just shit-talking the entire time while he's watching him fuck around with the toy.
Yes. He's just straight, like, giving Roger the work the entire time. And Roger's chilling there, eating whatever little dinner, and then meanwhile, Little Fowl is just going around kicking plates and knocking over everything.
I'm just wondering.
What a little shit.
Where the fuck does he get one of these?
Right?
Like, was the union like, here? So, we gave you this big, gigantic fucking, fuck off Megadeus, right? We're also gonna throw in this promotional toy.
Like, I know it's not working right now, but you know what? This works.
It's so stupid. I love it. Oh, and
you need some memories for Big Foul, but for this, you don't need no memories.
Yeah. All you need is 2 sets of D battery. Oh, man. Pretty much everything about the Union is real sketch and not
extremely
not super well fleshed out, which I guess that's kind of the point. But it would be some nice world building to know a little bit more about people outside of Paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get snippets here and there with like Sybil Rowan and stuff like that in the previous episodes, but nothing super concrete other than some of them are French, apparently. But not all of them. I don't know.
And then Alan's part of it, but at the same time, he's also.
But he's also
his own thing.
Really not, and it's like, what in the fuck is your point? What is your motivation? Who are you serving? Are you serving yourself? I'm down with that. Just give me some fucking direction of what you're doing.
Give me an answer of what you want.
Yeah. Like, he's just playing every single side at every single moment. And everybody seems to be okay with this. Well, until, the shootout. But before that, everybody's just like, yeah, this is fine.
And then at the shootout, there's... Well, are you talking about the shootout with Mom and him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's that. Well, there's the one prior where they're trying to capture Dorothy.
Oh, yeah, and even that. It's like, who the fuck does he serve? Like, he's not taking orders. He's not, heeding at least decent logic. He's just operating independently. And it seems hard to believe some kind of union cabal of multiple hundreds of agents installed in the city wouldn't just be like, this crazy motherfucker is a dissident and it is very likely to get us caught.
Yep.
He seems to almost be like just a blank slate character for a blank slate character's sake, which I can get that in a certain way, shape, or form. Like, it's sometimes your bad guy needs the heavy to hype up how big the bad guy is, but it just seemed like there wasn't much thought put behind him, just that he was constantly double agenting around, which was kind of Angel's shit to begin with anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of took up Angel's role.
Because Angel started to lose her way of the agency.
Yeah, and then she was also just, independently doing shit. And it seems like that's heavily frowned upon, so I wonder how the hell he got this far.
That's pretty fair, yeah. But okay, so I know we touched on it in the last episode where we talked about how Datsun saw the theater and everything.
Oh yeah, poor Dawson. And poor fucking not Sybil. Ugh. That episode still gives the big hurt.
And then the same for Angel with the cabin. Like,
what's that?
Just Angel with the cabin.
What about it?
Well, that was the cabin that she supposedly grew up in.
Well, right.
Mom, but
what was the connection with Dawson?
No, just talking about like
okay,
the whole memory stuff. That's all. I'm just talking about the memories of them. Like,
yeah, memories is still such a super fucking abstract concept.
I don't know. I think my thought is that this is their life. This is what they are stuck in forever. I don't know. That's my thought.
It could be. I don't know.
Without going into actually like what happens at the end.
On something like this, I honestly just prefer to say like, watch it if you guys are willing. Come to your own conclusions, because most people are going to get something a little bit different out of
that. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Especially what role fucking Angel plays in all this shit.
Yes.
I'm honestly probably going to have to read some supplemental material, because it almost feels like they just kind of shoehorn some shit in there at the end. Now that I've given up on fucking King's Game.
Oh, did you catch up on that?
No, I looked at most of it, and I was tired of just going through page after page of like full gore fucking spread. You can only see so many dismembered bodies until it's just like, oh, is this really all this is?
That's fair.
Like, I can get behind some, like, you know, story served gore and shit like that every once in a while. It's not that big of a deal, but like, if 4 or 5 of your pages are just in the same couple of chapters in a row, and they're just fucking straight up bloody mess sheets, it's not satisfying. It's not a rabbit hole I enjoy going down. Plus, that gives me more time to figure out what the fuck is going on with Big O.
You'll never know.
Probably not, honestly. I'm almost sure that there's just no definitive answer, and that the manga also does not give a definitive answer, but I will likely be looking into such.
Okay, real quick.
Also, can I say how dope the fucking Ye Guilty shit was?
Oh, yeah. So the episode where Roger gets captured and they're waiting to figure out how he summons Big O.
Oh, yeah! And, oh, dude, honestly, fucking Dorothy the Investigator is the best shit, or the Negotiator is the best shit. I love it.
Well, my thing is that they had one of those little robots of Roger.
Yeah.
That you get, like, a glimpse of later on.
Yeah, when it starts, like, talking and mimicking him.
Yes. What the actual fuck?
I think he even said it was just an android with some, like, fake skin on it. Made to look like him.
I don't know, man. It just It's creepy.
It was creepy and weird. I agree with you. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't natural. But I mean, that's all it seemed to be. It was just kind of like a bust of an android bust of him to trick the Big O.
Yes, and then they just tied to the fucking front of a car. Big O, Big O.
Just like almost like a fucking wagon, like a little kid's automated wagon.
Yes.
Big O.
It's so stupid. Oh my god.
It was fucking ridiculous. And then he just yeets off the edge of the building, and then Big O's like, nah.
Back.
Man, fuck back. The best part about that was just the fact that he got shit on about it.
Is there anything else you want to say for season 2 or for part 2? I know we're not talking about the ending or anything. Really, basically, the last couple episodes is very much the ending, so it's leaves a lot to where we can't really talk about them.
Yeah, it kind of leads into it. Like, it's only for the last 2 or maybe 3 episodes is kind of like a little, collection of the end. But
do you want to talk about Big O's finale? The big cannon.
The big fucking cannon. Oh, dude, shit's ridiculous.
Dude, that was pretty sick.
That was pretty fucking baller. I kind of want like a background of that. Like, maybe not a wallpaper because it's a little busy, but
and the workers were like, "Nah, we're gonna make sure that we don't get put out of business."
Fucking right. Hey man, gotta look out for your business prospects.
Right. Well, I don't know. That big old cannon was pretty dope.
Honestly,
and how he even harpoons himself down to the ground just to make sure he doesn't get blasted away.
Right. I love Big O's fucking abilities and weapons and shit. It's ridiculous.
Big O is honestly so versatile, while Big Fowl and Big Duo really don't have a whole lot.
Yeah, and I mean,
not nearly enough.
To be fair, also, most of the shit that Roger knows is not. I mean, it seems like it's been learned over a long period of time, and some of it's just natural instinct. And there's still shit, even almost to the end, that he's still figuring out about, the Megadeus.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I mean, it could very well be that they just, haven't had enough time with them and don't know how to properly use them, but with how crazy fucking, what was his name? Fuck. Sabek.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Fucking
Sabek.
What was it? What
the Mummy Man?
Yeah, what was his stupid fucking his other name? Something Wald.
Oswald?
No.
Then I do not know.
This is gonna bother me.
Well, I mean, you got it with the Sabek at least.
Yeah.
It's the same person. Unless it's not good enough for you.
I just want to know, just because. Schwarzwald, that's right.
Schwarzwald. Here I am, the person that doesn't remember names.
Right.
But honestly, guys, I guess this is kind of around the time where it wouldn't be a bad idea to start getting to the rating and everything.
The wrapping up.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need more people with more opinions.
Yeah.
But,
No, definitely.
What you thinking, Sean? What you thinking about for rating?
Oh shit, dude. I would definitely give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, honestly. It's got a good story. It's consistent within itself, which is all it really needs to be. It's an interesting setup, and it's well handled. There's never any really, real point where I'm like, well, why did you have this if you didn't just use it properly? That kind of shit. Everything seems to be at least in service to the story and in a good way. It's not like shoehorned in. Everything seems pretty natural. It flows together well, and I do deeply enjoy the Big O. I am so glad after all these years, upon finally rewatching it, that I didn't hate it. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Just, I hate the fucking intro still. I don't care what you say.
I see, I understand, but Big O! Oh, man. I really enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just super simple and I like dumb throwback themes, but fucking I love the opening.
I guess, whatever floats your boat, my guy.
It's definitely something that you'll skip after a couple episodes, though, I'm sure.
100%. Unless you're like Sasha and just jam the fuck out to just hearing Big O screamed at you 20, 40, 50 times.
Dude,
in a minute and 8 seconds.
I'm rolling with it. I love it. Hey, there's only 6 or 7 Big O's, maybe.
No.
Are we gonna have an addendum with a count for how many times?
I am not going to take the time to listen and count each time I say Big O. That is a minute and 8 seconds that I will lose, and that is not worth my time. I give the intro a solid 1 out of 10.
Hey man, I'll give the intro at least a 6.5, 7. I can jam to it. It's not as bad. Okay, but are you going to forget what it's from and how that theme goes and shit? No, because it's iconic.
Unfortunately, no.
Can you remember which fucking theme is used for generic isekai anime number 340 fucking million?
If you give me a certain isekai, maybe?
Well, but you get what I'm saying.
I know Konosuba's season 1 and 2 intro if I hear it. I know Shield Hero's intro 1 and 2 if I hear it.
Man, if you put all of those side to side for me, I wouldn't know which fucking one they're from. Not the slightest.
I don't know, man. Shield Hero's got more of not upbeat, but much more action sound to it. So I got that one on deck. And Konosuba's more lighthearted and whimsical type of intros.
Yeah. I guess I just also don't like J-pop. That's probably a contributing factor.
Fair enough. All right. Anyways, if you want to listen to the podcast on podcast format, you can find it on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. Just look up the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast. If you wish to watch the podcast on YouTube, you can watch it on Caffeinated Weebs. And if you wish to check us out live, look up the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast, all one word, on Twitch. We are typically live on Sundays, although I will say tonight this live recording is definitely not on a Sunday.
Hell no, it isn't.
We're trying to play a little bit of catch up.
Yep.
We're trying to make sure we're staying ahead on what episodes are going out. Sasha, can you do the Twitch and the Reddit?
Well, you already did Twitch, but
Fuck.
you
The
can
other
find
T
us,
word.
Yep, you can find us on Twitter at Weebs Podcast.
Yes.
We will tweet out all of our live streams before doing so. Usually give a little bit of information, or sometimes we'll just, if things go bad, sometimes we tweet out there saying, hey, technical difficulties, we'll switch to this time, kind of thing. And you can find us on the Reddit at r/caffeinatedweebs. Go ahead and post some shit posts, memes there. Tell us what you think about fucking how Big O is supposed to, pan out, because shit, we don't fully know. Also post Sean Sleepy in movie theater pics.
Fuck you. Please make sure you post some mucus, like with ginger or whatever the hell it was, videos. So Sasha gets to see all the mucus coming out of the nose.
What? What?
Back from whatever you're talking about, Spirited Away.
Confusion. Okay.
You don't remember the whole ginger nose thing that we were talking about?
Oh god, like fucking shoving ginger up your nose for whatever reason. I don't think you guys ever explained to me what the fuck was going on with that.
It clears like the mucus out of your like sinuses.
That sounds so bad for you.
Anyways, this was episode 7 of season 2. Y'all have a great night. See y'all Sunday. Later.
Bye.